Well, you know the rules. Robots paint. You guess. I do give some clues along the way that may or may not be helpful. Here we go. Top 20 Gene Hackman movies. I gotta tell you, I don't think I saw this first one. Number 20. You know, when you're doing a 20 countdown, 2019 might be a little more obscure. This film is a buddy cop comedy with a comedic twist. Gene Hackman teams up with a Saturday Night Live alum. The plot centers around solving a murder while dealing with a detective's personality disorder. Sounds interesting. The film's tone blends action with slapstick humor. So this is a comedy. Is that Dan Aykroyd? Dan Aykroyd. It looks like Dan Aykroyd. The film's Hackman's character is a hard-nosed cop forced to work with an eccentric partner. Anybody remember this movie? Gene Hackman, man. There he is on the left. That's Gene. Despite its mixed reception, the film shows Hackman's ability to balance comedy with his signature grit. So you remember it? What's it called? Nobody knows. Loose Cannons. Loose Cannons. Sound familiar now? Google that. There we go. Number 19. Number 19. A tense Cold War thriller involving political conspiracy. Hackman plays a tough army sergeant tasked with escorting a prisoner. The plot thickens when the prisoner escapes, leading to a deadly game of cat and mouse. The film features a young Tommy Lee Jones. Oh, that must be Tommy on the right. It highlights themes of betrayal within the military. The movie's intricate plot and Hackman's commanding presence make it an underrated gem. So when we figure out what this is, it's an underrated gem. Oh boy, I hope my internet's not doing too badly. We'll see. This is called The Package. This is called The Package. Package. Bum, bum, bum. We're down to number 18. Hopefully we'll get the internet going. A classic disaster film featured a capsized luxury liner. Who remembers that story? Hackman plays a fiery and determined reverend. That's right, he's the reverend. The survivors must navigate the upside down wreckage. So that's the whole movie is about the upside down boat underwater. And the big sexy part is Shelley Winters swimming underwater. You remember that? Known for its groundbreaking special effects at the time. It's one of the most iconic disaster films of the 1970s. Stuart has it. Very good. I remember, I don't know how old I was, but I definitely saw this. Well, 72, I'd have been, I don't know, 14 or something. 13 or 14. It's one of the most iconic disaster films of the 1970s, and the Poseidon adventure is correct. The film's success sparked a wave of disaster movies throughout the decade. It did. It was the first one. It was the first one. There you go. All right. Well, we're still in the obscure ones, but we're getting there. Number 17, a moving drama about love, loss, and midlife crisis. Doesn't sound like normal Gene Hackman. Hackman plays a man who leaves his longtime wife for a younger woman. It's a story of family upheaval and personal growth. The film co-stars Anne Margaret and Ellen Burstyn. Anybody remember this one? What this one's called? The title actually makes sense. Man in a midlife crisis leaves his wife for a younger woman. Hackman's performance is heartfelt and nuanced, portraying vulnerability. The film explores the complexity of relationships and the consequences of life-changing decisions. Anybody remember the name, though? 1985. Does that help? Quick, Google. Gene Hackman, 1985. It's called Twice in a Lifetime. Twice in a Lifetime. All right. Now, this next one, he was in a supporting role, not in a starring role. Well, I don't know if I'd say that. I guess maybe it was starring too. It's a comedy that explores family, identity, and social norms. Hackman plays a conservative senator caught in a cultural clash. His daughter's engagement to a young man from a gay family sparks the chaos. Ah, that's right. So here's the key. Robin Williams and Nathan Lane star as the groom's unconventional parents. So this was the movie that he starred with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane. Hackman's comedic performance contrasts with his usual tough guy roles. Rumbus! Standing! There you go. The movie's dinner scene is a masterclass in comedic timing and awkward humor. Yeah, that's worth rewatching, that scene. Yes, The Birdcage is correct. 1996. I have a different one for Gene Hackman. We need to get into the serious, regular old Gene Hackman movie. Here we go. Number 15. A regular Gene Hackman movie. A gritty Western where Hackman plays a ruthless gunslinger. His character, Herod, rules a small town with an iron fist. The plot revolves around a dueling competition that he orchestrates. I'm remembering this now. This one has a twist. Stuart! Rhombus! Okay, now Rhombus, you beat him. You did. You both got it, though. So, who were the other actors in this? Who were the other key actors? Who played the woman that was the gunslinger? Hackman's villainous presence adds weight to the film's dark tone. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Leo's correct. And who played the woman? Anybody know? Anybody remember who played the woman? She looked good in this one. Let me tell you. Good looking lady in this one. This was directed by Sam Raimi The movie's dynamic camera work and intense shootouts make it visually striking. Yeah, Sharon Stone, Quick and Dead. Maddow, I think you had it first there. There you go. All right, now I never even heard of this next one. This is all the way back in 1988. But you guys may have. It's a Vietnam War drama that was based on a true story. Hackman plays an Air Force colonel stranded behind enemy lines. That starts to sound familiar. He relies on a recon pilot, played by Danny Glover, for rescue. The story is a tense survival narrative with a focus on teamwork. Anybody remember what this one's called? 1988. Hackman's portrayal emphasizes his vulnerability and resilience. There you go, Stuart. You knew it. That is correct. Kind of an unusual name. I guess it stands for battalion. Is that right? Bat 21. The film's title, Bat 21, refers to the colonel's call sign during the rescue mission. Oh. That's his call sign. There you go. Bat 21. Got it. That was number 14. Good movie? I can't remember. It's worth going back to see, I think. I need to write these things down because I don't remember. Like I have time to watch these movies. Between my garden this time of year and making the shows, I'm pretty busy. Number 13, a legal thriller based on a John Grisham novel. Hackman plays a ruthless jury consultant manipulating a high-profile trial. He faces off against Dustin Hoffman's idealistic lawyer. The movie centers on jury tampering and corporate corruption. All right, now we're into some meat and potato Gene Hackman stories. Jury tampering and corporate corruption. John Cusack and Rachel Weisz play pivotal roles in exposing Hackman's schemes. Hackman's a schemer in this one. Anybody remember the name of this? John Grisham novel. I think the name of the movie is the same as the novel, I think. It's one of the few films where Hackman and Hoffman share a scene despite both being iconic actors of the same generation. They never like to share a scene. The Firm's a good guess. Incorrect. It's a different one. This was called Runaway Jury. Runaway Jury. There you go. Runaway Jury. How soon we forget. This next one's pretty cool. Number 12. A tense submarine thriller set during a nuclear crisis. Hackman's character is a stern and unyielding submarine captain. Conflict arises when his second in command, played by Denzel, we like Denzel, questions his orders. That's right, Denzel says, I ain't doing that. There you go. There you go. You guys were all fooled. But Maddow knew. Maddow had the answer. The movie explores themes of authority, duty, and moral ambiguity. The escalating tension between Hackman and Washington drives the plot. Yeah, this is the one that's all about that. Crimson Tide is correct. Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide 1995. Hans Zimmer's powerful score adds to the film's intense atmosphere. Yeah, that was pretty intense. It was a good one. All right. I'm not going to give you too much of a clue here. Next one is another legal thriller. I think you can just guess again. A legal thriller adapted from another John Grisham bestseller. This is that one. Hackman plays Avery Toller, a seasoned lawyer in a shady firm. There you go. Rumbus. Now it's time for the firm. The protagonist is played by Tom Cruise, a young Tom Cruise. He uncovers the firm's dark secrets. Hackman's character is morally compromised, but somehow still sympathetic. The film explores corruption and moral costs of success. There you go, that's true. The Firm is correct. 1993, Hackman took a secondary billing to Tom Cruise, showcasing his willingness to support a younger star. What a guy. He let Tom Cruise have top billing. How about that? I don't know how old was Tom Cruise when he did that. He had probably in his 20s. What was Tom Cruise's first one there? You remember Risky Business? Risky Business. Remember what was it? Rebecca De Mornay. Something like that. Anyway, okay, let's move on. Number 10. Halfway Home. A political thriller involving murder, espionage, and cover-ups. Hackman plays the Secretary of Defense entangled in a scandal. Secretary of Defense. Kevin Costner stars as a Navy officer caught in the conspiracy. I think we visited this one on Method Actors. I think we did. Hackman's character is powerful but deeply flawed. Deeply flawed. It is not 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, but I know where that is. I've been there. I haven't been in there, but I've been there. The movie's complex plot and unexpected ending left audiences buzzing. Everybody remember the name of the movie? Risky Business. That was a good one. There you go, Ty. You got it. No Way Out. Kevin Costner. 1987. 1987. Way back when. Let's go back even further. Now, you need to be very precise with this next answer. Okay? It's almost that. Because this is the sequel to Hackman's Oscar-winning role as Popeye Doyle. The plot follows Doyle's quest to catch a French drug smuggler. It is set in Marseille. It explores addiction and obsession. Hackman's portrayal is raw, unflinching, and intense. Oh, there you go. Stuart had the exact correct answer first. So that's good. Get all you guys, other guys on track. The film dives deeper into Doyle's personal struggles and vulnerabilities. Unlike the original, this sequel focuses more on character development than police procedural elements. I love those police procedurals. The French Connection 2 is correct. French Connection 2, Popeye Doyle. Popeye Doyle. Yeah, Stuart had it. Precisely correct answer. I kind of forgot about this next one. It's a sports drama about a small town high school basketball team. Cool. Hackman plays a tough, no nonsense coach with a troubled past. Sounds like a good story. The story is about redemption and the power of teamwork. Ty! Ty walks the talk. Standing. Bad spelling. Standing. Dennis Hopper received an Oscar nomination for his role as a recovering alcoholic assistant coach. Sounds like this team had some problems. Bad leadership. Hoosiers is correct. Hoosiers. All the way back in 1986. The movie is loosely based on the true story of Milan High School team that won the 1954 state championship. There you go. That's cool. It's a true story. We like that. Yeah. Not typing well and bad spell check is a part of this game. My poor pronunciation is a part of this game as well. And certainly my singing ability is a part of this game. Number 7. We're getting off track. I don't remember this one. The trick to this one is it's all the way back in 1974. And it's a psychological thriller centered around surveillance and paranoia. Now, it sounds like other ones that came later. Hackman plays Harry Caul, C-A-U-L, a surveillance expert consumed by guilt. Ty, how'd you know that? The story unfolds as he becomes obsessed with a recorded conversation. This is actually directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It explores themes of privacy and ethics. Hackman's portrayal of Caul's quiet desperation is haunting and compelling. Sounds pretty cool. I do not remember seeing this. This is right when I would have been really busy in high school, 16, 17 years old. There were other things on my mind. I don't know about you guys. Might have been other things on your mind. You were 16 or 17 in high school. The conversation is correct. Conversation. The film's exploration of surveillance feels eerily relevant even today. Yes, it does. And so does the next one. A high-tech thriller about government surveillance and conspiracy. Hackman plays a former NSA analyst who's gone off the grid. That's right. Such a cool concept. Yeah, the clues gave that one away pretty quick. Erwan's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to have you. We're doing tribute to Gene Hackman here. The film's portrayal of digital surveillance was ahead of its time. Hackman's role plays homage to his character from the conversation. So it's kind of loosely based on that. And it was like, what happens next? Correct, Erwin. Yeah, Will Smith was in it, right? Will Smith's in it. Enemy of the State is correct. 1998. Good. The movie's fast-paced and tense action sequences keep viewers on edge. Will Smith's character uncovers a deadly cover-up. So, that was a cool movie. That's where you first got all the views of how they can the computer can find anybody anywhere, right? Yeah. Will Slap Happy Smith. Exactly. We had Will's son on the fashion show last week. Number 5, an unusual one, 1978. A superhero classic where Hackman plays somebody. His character is a cunning mastermind obsessed with real estate schemes. The film stars Christopher Reeve, pre-accident, as the titular hero. Hackman's portrayal combines charm, wit, and villainy. Yes, Superman. And what was his character? What was his character? Who did he play? Anybody know? His humor and bravado make him a memorable antagonist. Hackman famously refused to shave his head. Hackman wouldn't shave for it. Very good. Yes, you guys are all correct. Lex Luthor, the guy from Garage. There you go. Lex Luthor is correct. All right, we're down to number 4. And now you'll know why I needed to be precise. A gritty crime thriller that earned Hackman his first Oscar. He plays Popeye Doyle, a relentless New York narcotics detective. The film's iconic car chase set a new standard for action scenes. That's right. It's based on a true story of drug smuggling between France and the U.S. There you go. You guys all got it. Erwin got it first. Hello. Rumbus. The car chase under the elevated train in Brooklyn is considered one of the best in film history. Yeah. The scenes on the underneath the elevated train in Brooklyn. Definitely. The French Connection. 1971, all the way back. 1971. Hackman's intense, unyielding performance is unforgettable. Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman. A little bit of a strange story on his death, but I think they figured it out. And there was no foul play. No foul play at hand. Which is good news. Okay, top 3. This is a little later, 2001. A quirky family drama directed by Wes Anderson. We got that. How about Wes Anderson movies? Let's do Wes Anderson though. Is there 20 of them, though? I guess there probably is. Yeah, there certainly is. Let's do Wes Anderson. Sorry, little sideline. Hackman plays a flawed but charming patriarch. His character attempts to reconnect with his estranged family during the plot. The ensemble cast includes Gwyneth Paltrow, Ben Stiller, and Owen Wilson. Very good. You guys know this. I think Ty got it first. Erwin. Yeah, Wes Anderson. I love the Wes Anderson aesthetic. I really do. It's awesome. Limited color scheme. But it's a good one. I'm kind of wearing it. Am I wearing Wes Anderson? I don't know, Wes Anderson. Hackman's performance blends humor, warmth, and self-centeredness. What? Hackman's portrayal earned him a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy. And you are correct, Royal Tenenbaums. Royal Tenenbaums. We're down to the top 2. Top 2 Gene Hackman films. Here we go. You can probably guess what they are without me even giving any clues. A dark, revisionist Western directed by Clint Eastwood. Hackman plays Sheriff Little Bill. I love that name. A brutal enforcer of the law. The film explores themes of justice, redemption, and moral ambiguity. Very good, very good. Erwin, you got it first. Erwin, Maddow, Stewart. His portrayal of the ruthless sheriff won him an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. The film won the Academy Award for Best Picture. And this was this like the comeback of the Western? Didn't there go through a period where there weren't too many Westerns? And then Clint Eastwood did this kind of epic, and they kind of came back. It seems like that's the story. Hackman initially turned down the role because he disliked violent movies, but was persuaded by Eastwood's vision. There you go. Unforgiven, 1992. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. True. All right, number one. With a bullet. Gene Hackman movie. A gripping drama based on real civil rights investigations. Change gears here. Hackman plays an FBI agent sent to the South to investigate the disappearance of activists. But no! His character's pragmatic approach clashes with his younger partner's idealism. The film highlights racial tension and the fight for justice. Everybody's getting it. Maddow had it first. The film's highlights racial tension and the fight for justice. Hackman's intense and nuanced performance earned him an Oscar nomination, but not a win. Yes, indeed, this is Mississippi Burning. Nice picture by the robots there. 1988. The film's powerful storytelling and strong performance made it a critical success. You guys knew most of those. I did. You knew more than I did. You definitely knew more than I did. I think I didn't always see Gene Hackman movies, but I like them all.